still hasn't hit three figures. 8 for 19 and 77 yards. Fake to Cornish and over the middle. Rob Cote's got it. That's a different look, and Cote, the fullback, has his biggest play of the season. Fourth catch of the year for Cote. That's a 26-yarder.
And Cote lines up a slot to the weak side of the field here. Again, as I always say, those fullbacks sometimes get forgotten. But Cote, a guy, a very good receiver in junior football before being converted into a fullback in the Canadian Football League. Gets a chance to show his skills on that play.
And a touchdown catch against Toronto. There's the direct snap to Larry Taylor. And here's Taylor with another first down to the 30. So Dave Dickinson is deeper into his playbook on this series.
Yeah, starting to mix things up a little bit and get creative. An opportunity for the offensive line to get creative. Terrific job here by the tackle, Edwin Harrison. He's going to set and pull. Watch the cut block right here in space. Takes Jamal Johnson right out of the play.
Said he had a few wrinkles. Trying to help out a young offensive line. First down Stamps out of the bunch. Into the hands of Cornish. Plunging down to close to the 25-yard line and 5 more.
And you're seeing a little bit of what I would call lineage in this football game. You know, you could call it going back to, I guess, the Wally Buono coaching tree, where John Huffnagel and George Cortez were both assistants on Wally's staff for years. Cortez also working as an offensive coordinator under Huffnagel. Then you've got a guy like Dave Dickinson, who played for both these coaches as his OC, and had Henry Burris as his backup quarterback.
Pretty good bloodlines. Second and let's call it 6. Glenn look in and it's complete. Flag down. Bauman with the catch that should be a first down, and Kevin Glenn got buried after the completion.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Hamilton, number 91. 15 at the end of play, first down.
That's Brandon Boudreau, who had a couple of key sacks in the Saskatchewan comeback.
Boudreau is going to come from the backside on this one, and essentially what he's going to get called for here, Chris, is the low hit. May have been somewhat accidental, as he looked like he was just off balance, but ends up being kind of a high-low situation on Kevin Glenn.
First and goal from the 9. Number 9's got it straight ahead. Got to the 5 and gets pushed back. So it'll be second and goal from about the 5-yard line.
Now, just a continuing storyline from the first half involves Nick Lewis and his role in the blocking scheme here for Calgary. Lewis is going to motion in. You're going to see again the impact he has on the defensive end. Fortin, he widens. Lewis wants him to widen. But just the awareness of the crack block of Nick Lewis forces him to widen. He jumps out, widens the hole in the run game.
Cornish out, Cote comes in. Kevin Glenn, throwback, there's Cote, and he powers his way down to the 2, but held out of the end zone. Jamal Johnson looked like he was shaken up on the stop. Looked like Cote was going to be stopped around the 4 or 5. Did well to get it closer. What will John Huffnagel do on third down and goal from about a yard and a half out?
Well, there are no kickers coming on the field.
Bo Levi Mitchell comes in. Third and the ball just inside the 2. Cornish checks back in.
I like a bit of an option look from this spot on the field.
Slides left, touchdown. Bo Levi Mitchell has his 3rd touchdown of the year.
And much better execution than when we saw a similar play on 3rd and a short one early in the first quarter. Little bit of motion. Everybody's moved out of the backfield, so it's obvious that Mitchell is keeping the ball one way or another. The kid with a good job to get it in that time.
So the first lead of the night for Calgary. Late in this third quarter, the extra point is good. And it's a 4-point Stampeder lead here at Iberwin.
Calgary Stampeder running back John Cornish, coming off a rough week against the BC Lions. He's bounced back in a big way.
And there's Patrick Armstrong, nominated to become a Scotiabank Game Changer for his work with the Dave Mounsey Fund. The fund was created in 2009 in memory of fellow OPP officer and close friend Dave Mounsey. The Mounsey Fund collects donations and purchases defibrillators and then donates them to churches, schools, and legions in the name of other fallen EMS, firefighters, police officers, or military men and women. And Patrick has taken on the role of executive director, and we salute him for his great community work. Ticats now trail as Siobhan Walker on the return, and he gets taken down inside the 20. Good kick cover.
Somebody just kicked him out. It was beautiful.
There's Bo Levi Mitchell, who has given Calgary the lead with that 2-yard run. And the third quarter, a familiar story so far this season for George Cortez.
Yeah, the Hamilton Tiger Cats have struggled coming out after the half badly. The numbers say it all, 71-20. They've been outscored.
First down right at the 20, Siobhan Walker ahead for 3-4. Chris McCoy in on the tackle.
The Tiger Cats need to make sure they don't start getting too predictable, falling into that pattern, handing it off on first down.
Stamps much better defensively on second down in this game. First half, Hamilton only converting 5 of 15 second down opportunities. Fraser showing blitz. Burris holding on, and now delivers incomplete. Looking over the middle, and the pass is dropped.
The rookie out of Sherbrooke, Simon Charbonneau-Campo, the intended receiver.
First time Burris has looked that way tonight. And so a 2 and out, and the momentum with the Stamps, who will get the ball back in good field position. Bartel's boot, and it's Taylor at his 46. Not much further, but nevertheless, Kevin Glenn and company will start at the 49 after that 41-yard kick. In two teams, one hoping to move into a tie with the BC Lions, and one of the reasons this game is important for Calgary, they don't want to get too far behind early in the West.
All indications are in the early part of this season that things are going to be tight. Teams are going to have to scratch and claw for 18 weeks of football.
Just the way we like it.
Perfect.
Stamps looking for their first road win. They were 6-3 on the road last year. 0-2 so far this year, losing in Montreal and Toronto. Somebody got a hand on that pass from Kevin Glenn, intended for Robbie Bryant in the flat. Glenn now 12 for 23 on the night.
Greg Peach, the defensive end, the man who gets a mid on this one.
Second and 10, and early movement.
Procedure. Calgary, number 50, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's the youngster, the former Calgary Colt. 6'7", 300 pounds, Spencer Wilson.
Wilson, a good example of the scouting job done by the Stampeders. Their involvement with junior football, taking advantage of the fact that basically any local prospect they can lock up.
So 2nd and 15, Glenn airs it out, Bauman open, and it's broken up at the last second. Ryan Hines recovers when it looked like Chris Bauman was in behind coverage.
Yeah, half-second earlier. This one goes for a huge gain, but it hangs in just a bit. Long enough for the safety Craig Ray in the corner, Ryan Hines, to get there and affect the play. Even if that's thrown on just a touch more of a line to get it there a split second sooner.
Chris Williams awaits. Williams trying to get outside and then cut it back in and gets wrapped up quickly and tossed down. 2 yards on the return after a 44-yard punt.
Thus far for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Andy Fantu's the most dangerous weapon, 77 yards through the air. Henry Burris, 15 of 28 for 163. Siobhan Walker being mostly contained aside from his first half touchdown, 11 touches, 42 yards.
Aaron Kelly in the offensive huddle for Hamilton. Haven't seen him much tonight. Just one catch on the season. Burris gonna look that way, and Kelly got his feet tangled and goes down, and the flag comes out. Into the lineup with the injury to Bakari Grant. Aaron Kelly, and Grant not expected back until Labor Day.
Accidental pass interference, Calgary, number 10. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's definitely the right call as they just got tangled up. But this is a play. Aaron Kelly starts off deep in the backfield, using that waggle, but a play where the free safety Fraser blitzes. Henry Burris is taking a shot knowing that deep middle might not be quite as well defended with Fraser up at the line of scrimmage.
Siobhan Walker the catch, and he's pushed out by Malik Jackson. There is no 10 for Calgary, and I'm wondering if it was Malik Jackson that got called or the corner Jamar Wall on the previous play.
Yeah, and I think he did correct it at the end and said 11.
So Jackson a penalty and then bumps out Siobhan Walker as the Ticats have another first down. Walker releases again, Burris over the middle, and it skips short of Aaron Kelly, incomplete. Kelly with 27 catches last year, a couple of touchdowns, 380 yards.
Well, Henry Burris looked a little frustrated after that one. He ends up taking a shot on the play. This is a scheme offensively that's going to rely on a slot to come in and pick up the extra man, Chris Randall. He beats Dave Stalla at the line, gets there to pressure Burris, put the hit on him as he throws that ball.
So 2nd and 10. Burris complete. There's the youngster, Sherman Ocampo.
This is a young man who's been one of the most prolific receivers in Canadian university football over the course of the last couple of years. At Sherbrooke, he's been a Heck Crichton finalist. Was one of the nation's most outstanding performers drafted by the Cats this year. One of the things they liked about him, they compared him a lot to Andy Fantus. Big target with soft hands.
And his first CFL receptions at first down, 17 yards, and it's ripped off. Here's Siobhan Walker. Yes, touchdown. One of the best runs of the year, and the Ticats have regained the lead.
Was it a nice run, Chris? Because I blinked and missed it.
Wow.
The explosiveness of Siobhan Walker. All to get him past that first level, and anything can happen.
A bolt to the end zone.
And the Jamaican-born speedster, nice cut behind the block.
47-yard romp.
Right off behind the down block of his tackle, Brian Simmons.
CFL leading 7 touchdown, is third on the ground. And just like that, Hamilton has reclaimed the lead. There are the numbers through 3 quarters after the Siobhan Walker touchdown run. Haven't seen a lot of it tonight, but this Hamilton offense is explosive.
Yeah, and they're a group that's capable, as I talked about earlier in the game, Chris, of lulling you to sleep a little bit, because they haven't been a 60-minute team in terms of performance. They've been a little bit inconsistent, but man, when they go, they can go.
Well, what they did is not wait till the 4th quarter. It was the final play of the 3rd quarter, one that's been their nemesis so far this year, but that's a big touchdown run by Walker, and one that was probably worth the price of admission for Ivor Wynn fans.
Yeah, well, this one might have gone into the 4th quarter if Siobhan Walker wasn't so fast. So stop, cut it back, re-accelerated. The blink of an eye, this is what this team is capable of doing. A collection of big play threats.
4th quarter now, let's go. Let's get it. I'm out.
So they win the 3rd quarter for the first time this season. But the game very much in the balance. 3-point difference heading to the 4th, and Larry Taylor can light it up. Great return up near midfield. And he gets tripped up by Matt Buckner. Otherwise, there was some more real estate ahead for Larry Taylor.
Larry